Well, the end of the night, it is 12 o'clock, and the rest stop coming in, I looked at the maps before I left again. The rest stop coming in was actually closed. What does it mean when the Welcome to Pennsylvania Center is closed? Does that mean turn around and go away? I just don't know. But I stopped at the next available exit just to do a turnaround and look at the maps to see what I wanted to do. And it turns out that I actually found a hunter's campsite just about half a mile off of the interstate. And so I'm just going to bunker down here tonight. And, hopefully we should be good. And, small possibility some game warden would come around. But I think from midnight to, 5 in the morning, I don't think I'll be bothered. But I don't know. I'm going to scout around the site a little bit and see what it looks like. All right, so not bad for a serendipitous campsite, but the rest area last night was closed when I came into Pennsylvania. And so I jumped off the interstate, which you can see, and here is right there. Jumped off the interstate on a little exit, backwoods, just simply to stop and look at the map and see where I could go. I'm like, well, I could either go this way or that way, really know where to pull over right there. So I came down. And down here in Pennsylvania, there was a lot of state game lands. And all of them have these parking spots. I'm like, oh, that'll do for the night. But let's talk about these state game lands. You're not allowed to camp on them. They are for hunting. You are allowed to hike them any other time of the year as long as it's not hunting season. And you should be wearing orange. A lot of the times are on them. When it's not hunting season like now, you don't have to, of course. But all of them are on trailheads. So there's a creekside trailhead over here. There's a little creek down this way. And I would say that if you're driving through Pennsylvania and it's late at night and you need to stop and sleep somewhere, it's not uncommon for people to come here at night, do night hiking. It's not uncommon for people to park their cars here and hike the trails during the day. So it's really not a huge deal for you to come in, park for the night, get up in the morning, and then be on your way. Don't camp at these places, but no one's really going to bother you if for one night you roll in and sleep and then be on your way. And all of them have these big parking areas, and they're all over the state. So just a warning, though, it's not technically legal because you're not allowed to camp in state game lands simply because they're for hunting, with the sole exception of people who are hiking the Appalachian Trail. As long as you're on one of the campgrounds near the Appalachian Trail when you're hiking it, you can camp on those lands. Other than that, you're not allowed to camp on these lands. But is it considered camping when you simply park your vehicle, sleep there overnight, and then be on your way in the morning? No, it's not. That's more taking a rest stop. And at least on this one, in the event somebody had stopped, I'd just be like, you know what, the rest stop down the street was closed. I pulled over here to check the GPS for another one, found this nice little state game lands, and there you have it. So there we are. There is a nice trail here. I might investigate that a little bit. It's about 9:30 in the morning, maybe it's 10 o'clock almost. I slept in a little bit, but that's all right. It was a long day yesterday. So today what we're going to do is I'm going to cook some breakfast here. Because it's in the day, I could be hiking the trail. I'm going to cook a little bit of breakfast here. I'm going to check in on a few email. I'm probably not going to do a lot of work here. I'm actually going to head out and find some shopping plaza to work in, which is going to split my driving. I plan to drive about 2 to 3 hours today. And with that type of driving, I'm going to split a little bit of that out. I'll do about an hour drive. And then I'm going to go ahead and do another hour later on in the evening. Land at a rest stop that I hope is open on my way up to Erie. But let's see what else the day has to offer. This is actually not a super ideal trail to hike on. These here are wild rose bushes. They are covered in thorns. Oh, every rose has its thorn. And there's a lot of them, and they're kind of overgrowing the trail. I could push my way around there, but I think I will skip on this hike for now. We'll get my steps in another time today. But it is a nice little peaceful spot. Glad I found it last night. And it's just enough to get me ready to move on into the city to get some work done. Not every van dweller has no belongings except what's in the van. And I am no exception. I have this storage unit. Now, being more of a minimalist, I only have a 5x10 here. The challenge I have is I have a difficult time getting in and out to find things when I do need things every now and again. So, after helping a friend organize, I decided to buy a shelf and to put it on wheels so I can wheel it in, stack it full of all the things I might need, and then wheel it out, look for what I need, wheel it back in. And so we're going to go ahead and build a shelf. All right, now we have a shelf done, and we're just going to go ahead and start working and putting stuff up on top of it, and hopefully I'll be able to wheel things in and out and just be able to more easily access everything when we're done. All right, so clean things up substantially in here. I kept the things that are on the back bookshelf way back there, kind of inaccessible. Those are the things that were the first in here, meaning they're the last things that I would want to access. And then I basically crammed all the stuff for the futon back in the dark corner there because I don't really need any of that. I have this shelf here, so I rebuilt this. I'm going to use this for some small items and then stack the remaining of the things on here so I can simply slide it in, and then I'll be able to easily pull out this shelf and access everything that I need to access on a more regular basis when it comes to storage, such as I need to grab some wires, I need to grab some tools to fix some Ethernet equipment and things like that. So all that stuff's going to be close to the front, and then I've also made room for the bike, which we're going to leave in here, and I can easily access everything. So back here is the stuff that I never really need to access until I move out, and then up front are going to be the things that I do need to access from time to time. So that's what we're looking at now. All right, so our storage is now very easy to access everything in here that I need, and the last thing we're going to do here before we close it up is I'm going to hopefully not knock the bike over, but we'll wheel in our rack. Hopefully it fits, we'll see. And I might have to shift the camera around to get it around. Looks like I might bump the camera a little bit here, we'll see. Raise that up just a hair. There we have it. Now all that stuff is very easy to access, and a lot of it's just things that I might need. So I have my extra books here, so if I'm running around doing conferences and selling more books, these are the books to refill the inventory. I only keep a handful with me at a time. I have some computer equipment and wires and other miscellaneous items on the cart as well, in addition to a few items over here. So my to-read book pile and things like that, and I forgot to put this in this box there. I'm just going to set it right there for now. Found a little Star Wars collection when I was out on the road. There we have it. Now we're going to close it all up. Now we are ready to hit the road again.